And so when you look at the stats, when you actually look at the numbers, you realize that's why people don't run with armor. That's why people run naked all the time. Because if they're going to get one shot by having level 3 armor anyways, what's the point of them having it when someone can already get AP rounds at the exact same level?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tabor Tuesdays, episode 16. I'm your host, Baguette Boy, and I'm joined, as always, by Quantum VR and El Cantoon. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back, indeed. Today, we have a very special guest joining us, our third YouTuber. He's obviously the best one we've had so far, and I'm only saying that because, his name is EGoat. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. It's EGoat47 here.
It is, in fact, EGoat47. Not 46 or 45. Those guys are frauds. 47.
Yep.
Yeah, that's... I always... Oh, man, it's so weird to have, the numbers at the end of your names, but I feel like it's a nostalgia thing for me because of, the old Xbox era, the 360, stuff like that.
Yeah. I wasn't alive then. No, I was. I wasn't allowed to play video games, though. We met, a little background here before we start. We met EGoat, well, I didn't meet EGoat. Quantum met EGoat in a game of Veil, which is a very fun game that you guys should definitely try out. And then they talked for an hour, and then Quantum, in his shameless plug to get more content on our channel, asked him if he could be on the thing, and here we are.
That being said, we will get into the interview with EGoat now.
Yes. Business. First question up here. Why don't you take this one, Quantum?
Yeah. So the first question on our interview is something simple. So how did you choose your name for your YouTube channel?
Is there a story?
There is a couple of stories. I went through multiple name changes in terms of finding the right name for me, and this one stuck out to me the most. Because I like goats. I don't know why I do. And the E actually can stand for... Well, yeah, a lot of people say that. I'm not. If I was, I'd be a little bit better in terms of my content. I'm not going to lie to you. But what I'm going to say is this. The E stands for a lot of things. It's entertaining. It's electronics. It's... There's a lot of what people ask for the E. I don't even know myself, but a lot of people have their own interpretations for it. So I just went with it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just leave it. And then the 47 is just something I just whipped up because, again, nostalgia hit. And, the reason why I have the 47 at the end is because my original name on Xbox was Shadow Ninja 47. And it was as cringy as an Xbox 360 name could get, with double zeros on the O's for the Shadow Ninja. The I is a 1, and then 47 at the end. And that was, man, there were so many other names I had too. There was Bubba Fett. That was an original channel name I had, and Bubba, or Booba as my family say it, was originally just my nickname, but with Boba Fett at the end of that name, because I like Star Wars. That was some of the things I really enjoyed. And then the real crazy one is Legendary Noble Gamer.
That's a hot take and a half. Holy, that's a wild name.
And at that point in time, I was really young, so I was like, I don't. And so I pulled back. I was like, yeah, I'm done with that. So I pulled back, said, screw it. I don't want to deal with that name because it was awful. Then I came up with this name.
Nice.
That's cool. Why did you start being a YouTuber?
To be honest with you, I honestly made YouTube as a way to entertain people. And it's a little sad story to get behind, but originally when I watched YouTube, I watched these old guys like Uberhaxer Nova, Kutra, those guys who played the Minecraft games way back then when YouTube was brand new and fresh. And watching their Let's Plays was fascinating to me, and I wanted to be a YouTuber because I just loved the way people were just entertaining me, so I wanted to entertain others.
Didn't every kid want to be a YouTuber?
Yeah, but before it was cooler then. Right now
Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
it's kind of one of those things where you're just like, eh. But in my personal life, I also had a fascination with movies and film, which is why I was able to get my bachelor's degree in film. And
Whoa, cool.
I made a whole passion on wanting to just make videos to entertain others. But the sad part is that one of my uncles passed away a while ago due to similar things of what Rip Actual was going through, in some sense, fighting his demons. And the weirdest thing, and I kid you not, I don't know how to fathom this story without it sounding like I made it up, but it's 100% true. You can ask any of my family members. We went to the funeral, and when I went there, I remember a specific moment with my uncle, and he taught me patience. Because I remember a time where we were playing Madden 06 on the original Xbox. We both played together. I was playing the Seahawks. He was playing some other team that probably sucks ass. And I remember that I tossed the football to wide receiver for 74 yards. Launched that thing. Got the touchdown.
Jesus, what the?
Yeah. And back then there was no limit to like how far you can throw, if I recall. So any throw is like a perfect throw essentially. I did that, and I just was like, oh, and I always started screaming, and everyone was looking at me, and then there's like a slow-mo replay mode that you can do, and I did that multiple times for like 5 minutes straight, and I'm like, look, uncle, look what I did. He looks over to me, he goes, and and I think he was just so done. But the thing about it was that when I told the story at the funeral, I made everyone laugh. And to me, that was the first ever time I felt something so, what's the word I'm looking for? It felt so good to see people laughing, even at the worst times. And I remember my uncle, like, dearly. He was a great uncle. And the thing about it is, I remember my parents telling me to, or my parents told me to not go up there originally, because it was just a very sad moment, but I wanted to remember him by something. And knowing that I made, it sounds a little egotistical, knowing that I made someone laugh at a funeral, it told me a lot. It legitimately told me something of, I need to do this more with others. And to bring people up, either to have a discussion, to be entertained, to watch a story, all that stuff was at that pivotal moment. And it made me realize that I wanted to be an entertainer in some form or manner. Didn't matter what it was, director, producer, content creator, theater, all that stuff. I did all that stuff. And to me, that was the reason why I started my content creation journey. Going through the troubles of making the names, going through the troubles of figuring out what's the best thumbnail, what style of thumbnail do I want to make, what video do I want to make, what all that stuff. And it's got me to where I am today.
Nice.
Cool.
Great.
It's a very wholesome story.
Very, very wholesome story. Next question. Let's just go with El Cantoon here, and then we'll continue that order for.
When did you start playing Tabor? Or when was the first time you played it?
The first time I played Tabor for me, let me look it up real quick, because I remember Tabor was on my list since I think 2022 and seeing the trailers for it. Then I got it, I think, in 2023 and started playing then, like early 2023.
Oh, so you've been there kind of like from the jump.
I remember the old school bunker. I remember that.
The OG bunker.
You want to know what I also remember? I remember the beach house that was there, the close quarters one with the doors. There was an actual house. I remember that. I've been here since day one.
Forever. There were videos like on YouTube and stuff.
Yes, and they still have it in the trailer for their game.
Yeah, bro.
Day one.
Were you there? Was there there was this log cabin kind of thing, like kind of in the middle of nowhere. Was that there, or is that the beach house I'm thinking of?
That's the beach house, 100% the beach house. The inside of it was so cool to me because honestly, a lot of extraction shooters or Tarkov similar games, they don't have as like of a suburban area, like houses and like little stores here and there. I wish they did that because I feel like that's something a lot of people would enjoy. Not big cities. I mean, that's cool and all, but like, why not a small neighborhood? Like seriously,
A small neighborhood would be good.
Similar to Makta, kind of, but different.
Like you
Not
could go inside the
in all the
buildings.
houses.
Yeah, Matka,
Yeah.
but less city style and more like
Suburban.
suburban area. Exactly.
Mm,
Oh, sorry, I just ate some food before we started this. Ooh.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, so
a
like,
city would be really cool though. Like half the people that run Barrett's, the other half sit in like a building praying to God that extracts open.
If they could only make it work on standalone, which I don't think it will ever
Yeah,
happen.
no,
until-
a big scale city. If you have more than 3 skyscrapers, you're kind of screwed.
well, they can make one that's like PC exclusive for like.
yeah, but then
for people
only PC.
that can
Then,
actually.
like all the sweats. No, that'd be good because then I can actually play Missile Silo without fearing for my life and sanity.
Well,
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
here's the thing though. Most of the players are on Quest. With
That's
Rage,
true.
what was it? Rage Q's stats. You can look up Tabor stats on the website. It shows not only Steam but Quest users. The majority of it, I would say, 80% of users are Quest users.
Yeah.
it's actually
I guess maybe
huge.
that would work. Yeah, I thought it would be a lot more PC.
No, sadly, I think it's because the market, everyone is. It's similar to like the console wars that we had back then, where meta is now being the same way as like Xbox, and then no. Well, I guess would you compare meta to PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation. PlayStation's
Yeah.
white.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
What about-
yeah. That's all. I don't know why.
What about
The old Quest used to be black.
Plinko's good, but it doesn't really. That's like comparing it to like PSVR. Like it's not even close. Quest will be better every day.
Yeah.
with
But
the
the Quest
Pico
is-
4 Ultra?
Maybe.
Not much people have it. Or
Mm.
I haven't heard. Like, what are the stats on the website you just talked about?
Let me look up Rage. Let me look it up. It should be, so it's called TaborStats.com and it's made by Rage SAQ or Rage, what is it, Rage AC, whatever it's called. And it shows the stats of total players and then total Steam players. And then you can deduct how many people are playing versus like Steam players. So you can tell that right now I'm looking at it, there's 295 Steam players, but the total players is 5,349. So
Yeah,
that tells
so
you a
it's-
lot.
Quest
so those
is like,
500,
dominating.
500 Steam players are all just content creators. They're all YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because PC VR is a better way to play VR right now instead of like standalone, in my opinion. But that's just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the headsets are not powerful enough to be able to play games at a PC VR level, which makes sense because it's like your
The
phone trying to
pricing.
play Tarkov on streets. Like, dude, it's not going to happen. It's going to blow up your phone.
Yeah.
But the reason most people go for standalone is because it's like way cheaper than.
Yeah. And that's kind of like what happened last winter, isn't like every 6-year-old got like a Quest 2 or like a Quest
Yeah,
3 or
because it was
something.
250 and then you can just use it on Tabor, but Tabor on Quest 2 is like watching dogs take a shit.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oh,
I don't blame the devs.
Kind of weird. I've been going through the Discord channels of all the other YouTubers to see if they've been saying anything about RIP actual, but they haven't. But Sniper Viking did, and he also is now affiliated with Glitch Energy Drink. That's cool. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So next question: what is your favorite map in Tabor?
Ooh. If you were to make it better gameplay wise, like the core gameplay of Tabor, it would have to be Matka.
Makta is pretty good.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of people play Island only because the unbalancedness of the loot on Island. It's like absurd and how much stuff you can get versus where you go to in Matka, right? So to me, if we're going based off stats, Island is the best. But if we're going based off of personal preference, I think Matka is a great and fun map. I just wish that it got more love.
Yeah, Mac does,
They
like,
kind of like released
a
it,
background
made it,
map.
and moved on.
Yeah, it was kind of sad to see it. And then like there was cool thing. There's actually some stats as well on the Ghost of Tabor Discord. When you go to polls, you can see how many people actually said this is the best map or that's the best map. Like what map you like the most.
Oh, let's see how many Timmy said fucking missile silo.
Oh, here we go. So favorite map: Silo, Island of Tabor, Matka Meist, and Matka
God.
Underground. Right?
Is that in order?
That's in order, yeah. And everyone said, or 3,000 people said Island of Tabor, 1,000 said Silo, Matka I can't pronounce it, damn it. Meist is 500, and then Matka Underground is 283, which makes sense because Matka Underground is partially an asset. So a lot of stuff needs to be optimized for that map to be even good, but it's also kind of just an awkward, weird map that it just feels weird to me. I don't like it, which makes it just makes sense why people preferred Island or even Silo over that.
Yeah, it'd be better
I
if they were
hate Silo with
connected.
every fiber of my being, I hate Silo. I hate it. It's dark. It's scary. There's a bunch of squeaking little Timmies left, right, and center. There's Kurtek. There's kitted people. There's grenades. There's no loot.
Listen. Hear me out. That's the only map that you would actually go on to complete quests really fast.
I'd play
Yeah.
Matka Underground.
Even Matka Underground, you don't even get your quests done in time. If you're trying to upgrade Spectre, like if you're trying to speed run Spectre, you go Silo, you run in, every Timmy is running naked, which I do want to talk about later. And seeing that and how they're not running any gear, you can kill them really fast and get Spectre upgraded, which is why I think a lot of people say it's easy to upgrade Spectre because they're playing against toddlers who don't know how to pick up their fucking vest.
Damn. I'm level 3 still. I have not played this white. My bunker is empty, bro.
I bought the newest or the not the Founders Edition, the Nuclear Night Edition, just so I don't have to deal with the phase 1 or level 1 to level 2. I just hate it. It's so annoying. Tedious work. But that's just me.
Yeah. The best thing is when you like kill somebody who brought all their DLC stuff in, and then you just use it as a trophy.
God, yes. When I killed that guy with the Benelli, and then some other guy killed you, and then I killed a guy running a purple and got like a tier 6.
Yeah.
This is why the back gun is the best gun in the game, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless I get sniped from 100 meters away when I'm at docks extracting. That pisses me right the off.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so
All right, I got the next one. Hold on, let me open my doc. I was in Snapchat. What is your favorite gun? Ghosts of Tabor. If you say AK Alpha, we're kicking you and never talking to you again.
I hate the AK Alpha with a passion.
Yes.
It's
Custom title.
Cool thing. Another more stat shit. I'm such a nerd. I swear to God. So, Tabor's wiki. When you look up the weapons and the ballistics, they share the same caliber with the AK Alpha as with the SKS and the AKM. Guess which one does more damage?
SKS.
Nope, AK Alpha.
Is it because it shoots the bullets faster? Is that why? Like the ejection's actually technically faster, like in real life?
My understanding is that it's because of the muzzle velocity that is on that. That's why people try to get to level 5 because the AK Alpha is the meta weapon, which I say meta. You want to be an actual Chad, get a UMP 45, AP rounds, shred some guys down, and you win. And if you win, then you're ID'd as a Chad, not someone who gets tier 6 and a tier 5 armor and then runs around with like an AK Alpha with drum mag. No. You want to be a real Chad. Skill is it's a skill issue, I should say, but I fucking hate that sentence. I'm trying to say that it's a skill. It's really a skill issue in that aspect, because if you can use any weapon and kill someone easily. But the difference is that that's my gun, by the way, the UMP 45. I love that gun. To me, it's just because of the ballistics and the way the guns work. So when you look at the AK 109 Alpha, it's better because of the muzzle velocity, not because of the caliber, which is weird to me. I don't really like that because I don't think Tarkov works like that, and I think they did that for a reason. But that's my favorite weapon is UMP45, and then I add in the skeleton grip with a hollow sight and a suppressor.
Combo?
No combo. No.
Okay.
I just go regular. I'm a close quarters guy. I like close quarters combat. It's my favorite. So I go to island and go to labs immediately.
No,
Sorry,
I never play.
I get really excited about stats and stuff because it makes me realize there's a lot to the game that people don't know about, and it explains so much on why there's so many problems in the game. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're just gonna get into that, the juicy stuff. So, how do you think the game is doing so far?
Yo! This ain't your question, boy.
I just did it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go
So
ahead.
to that question of if Tabor is doing good, I think it's fairly better than it once was, but I still think there are a lot of issues with the game that needs to be addressed, that can be addressed immediately, actually. And I think that's just because personally it's just numbers on some of the stats, like for AP rounds or for armor and stuff like that, how to level. Obviously, they're making a big push towards the new wipe soon so that they can get the new quest update and try to make traders much more interesting and have lore. I'm excited for that because that is actually going to change the way we see the game as a whole. Because the questing right now, and this will be the first thing I hate, is the questing. And obviously they're working on it. I'm beating a dead horse, but questing sucks. It's
When you
just
say questing, you mean like doing quests for traders, correct?
Specifically traders that ask to do like, hey, kill these phoenixes, kill these players with specific bullets. It gets boring. It gets really boring, really fast.
It also takes a ridiculously long time. If they could make it like so casual players can actually level up their stuff and get more stuff quickly and do less quests, I feel like more people would play.
I can see both sides. If you want to reference something that's more casual that still allows people to have fun without traders, look at Hunt Showdown. They use a character system where you level up your character as long as your character survives, and that's the whole point, is for you to survive. If you have characters that have like multiple perks, multiple weapons that are cool, kick-ass, and you die there, that's the worst feeling. But it's the same way that how DayZ works or Deadside is you get back up and you go again. With Tarkov or Ghost of Tabor, it's different because you're the same character bringing in a loadout, and if you die, you're like, whatever, I can buy another one. And to me, I feel like it is more casual than some of the games that we already have. But I do think that they should nerf how much XP you need for level 5, level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. I think level 1 and the way questing is right now, they should cut it in half for quest 1 or for level 1 to level 2.
Takes forever.
It does take forever because of the way it's designed, and people bypass that level 1 by paying another $20. Now, I honestly have an opinion on that microtransaction, but that's just me. It's just my thing is that like I don't want to skip over the progress like that. I don't want to, but I feel like it's needed because it's so bad. I went without Nuclear Night for a year and a half, and it was terrible every time. Every time. I got the level 2 and I'm like, this, I'm done.
Yeah, if you get too much stuff, you have nowhere to put it, and then it just clogs up your thing. And if you don't get enough stuff, then you run out of stuff to take with you.
Yes. The second thing, and I said this in my videos already, for those who haven't watched it, but I'm going to say it again. The economy system is broken. 100%.
Real.
It's really bad. Buying stuff, like, why is it that I can buy an ASVEL at 1,700 rubles and get AP rounds with it, but an AR suppressor is 20 grand? Explain that one to me.
God, I didn't even know that because I only get good stuff when I do the wipe because, again, leveling up your traders is a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yes, I again, the economy system's broken. I don't know why. These are things that can fix now, right?
Yeah.
They're numbers. They're legitimately numbers. They can decide what the number is for those weapons right now.
Yeah.
They
Just
can
have to switch
immediately
a
change
number.
it. Yes, it's
It would
literally
not
type
take
in this
them
number
like
for
half
it.
an hour.
No, it would even take them less, 15 minutes, and then maybe an update with the extra 15, right? That's a hot fix. They can do that right now. But to me, it's also the theory of how is it going to be how is it going to be hardcore if it's too easy, right? So you have to find that balance and finding the right numbers for the weapons, for the ammo, for the attachments, all that stuff matters. And it's the same
And they
thing.
can just. Oh, sorry. You keep going.
Oh no, you're okay. I was gonna just say about like the AP rounds, but I can get onto that here in a second. Continue.
Well, they could just keep experimenting with the prices of the weapons. They don't have to like stick to stuff once they find balance, but they can like keep experimenting with
Yeah.
different prices, like in
Yeah.
the real economy where prices keep changing.
Yes, I agree with that, and I think maybe they could do a randomize. Maybe they can do like in-game lore where like the economy is so bad that everything is now inflated, and then they can test out if people would actually prefer having a harder time getting some other weapons. You know, like it'd be a harder time to get the SKS with a drum mag and a scope on it, or even trying to get some other things like level 4 armor. Like now that's become much more rare than a level 5 or 6. Everything is too easy to get in the game. That's the weird thing too. So the economy is busted because not only do you get stuff that is super overpriced for no reason, but it's also easy to get them because of how easy it is to play the game and obtain those items.
Mm-hmm.
So there needs to be more balance, in my opinion, in terms of looting and in terms of the economy system of what you buy at the traders, which is where I'd lead to number 3. AP rounds should not be at level 3. They should be at level 4 or 5.
Boo! I should get them. Only I should get them.
Let me explain. When you look at the stats again, right? Minty at level 3, anyone that has an AP round aside from like using a pistol will 100% penetrate that armor at level 3 with AP rounds. That being said, that also means that if someone gets level 3 AP rounds, someone has to get the level 4 minty for their armor to even be useful in the first place.
Yeah.
That means everything from early wipe is shit because if someone can just get to level 3 Shiro or Jiri, get those AP rounds and put them into a SKS or even a simplified, like maybe even a bolt action like the Tika, they could potentially one-shot you even if you have level 3 armor. And that's very unbalanced in my opinion. You should make AP rounds much more difficult to get because of how the system works for those rounds to be penetrated in level 3, 2, and 1. Even level 4 armor can be penetrated easily by AP rounds, depending on the gun you have. But the last time I checked, even a 7.62 by 39 round can penetrate level 3 armor 100%.
Dang.
And so when you look at the stats, when you actually look at the numbers, you realize that's why people don't run with armor. That's why people run naked all the time. Because if they're going to get one shot by having level 3 armor anyways, what's the point of them having it when someone can already get AP rounds at the exact same level?
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. The scaling is a little bit off, yeah.
I would say very off, but that's just me exaggerating.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Now it's your turn, Quantum.
Oh, I didn't know we had like different. We were rotating. Okay.
We were rotating. I said that at the start. Okay, whatever. I'm not getting.
I'm gonna say your question. What do we think they should? What do you think they should bring back? Just to start.
What do they? What should they change or bring back?
Or, what should they bring back?
Just
bring
to start.
back.
We'll do the other one later.
Ooh, that's a tough one because there's a lot of things that have been removed and added. Let me. I was okay. You are correct on some of that. I think the new bunker sucks ass and it's confusing. I prefer the old bunker because it was simplified and it was just a box. This hexagonal stuff where I have to like turn around and like, okay, I gotta go this way. wait, is that storage or is that the kitchen? It's the fucking kitchen. Damn it! And then you have to go over the storage, and you're like, okay, this is storage. No, it's the power chamber. What the fuck? And it's annoying. I agree.
Yeah, I
It's
do find
100% annoying.
it takes a lot of time, like me having to go back to my kiosk and like grab stuff, and then go back to my armory and just like
Especially if you're new,
Change.
you have no idea where anything is.
yeah.
But if we were to bring back anything, if we were to bring back anything at all, I would much prefer seeing the old house on island, the new like little house on the side, or the beach house or whatever that like it's like a bar.
Yeah, what you were talking about
No.
before.
That thing sucks. I hate that area. I wish the old beach house was there because it had more intrigue and interest. But at the same time, lore-wise, it also made more sense to have the bar there because you're right next to a lab and they need an economy somehow, like in real life. So, in some form or manner, that makes sense.
Have you read
Yeah.
through the lore ever?
We did an episode on that. You should listen to it.
I remember seeing the lore. I read it because it took me so long to get into the game. I started reading each lore for each map, like labs and then Matka Underground, all that stuff. And then they talk about the nuclear night that happened that basically started off this entire thing. And I'm like, why the hell are we not looking at that first then for gameplay and like expanding upon it? But at the same time, you need to put core gameplay first. But to me, it's like, expand on that. Just keep
That would be
going
cool.
with it. I would like to have something to progress to other than just killing and get cool shiny guns that I don't even feel like really is like fun to handle. Like the weapon handling is not good, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Just my thing. But I would bring back the house just for nostalgia's sake. I like the house. It was originally awesome. That or bunker, like old bunker.
Old bunker,
Hmm.
yeah. I've seen the old bunker just because Matka Underground. It looks good. Frankly, when I was in it, it was terrifying because I had a collector kit from the wipe event, and I was shitting bricks the entire time. I wasn't really paying attention to the scenery. I was paying attention to the doorway where another guy with collector kit and AP was behind, who had just killed two of my friends. So, but it does look good. It does look good. It also scares the shit out of me every time I hear the guy talk because the audio in this game is ridiculously good.
Yeah, the audio is pretty okay in that, like in comparison to what, like listening to other games and like
Yeah.
Tarkov or stuff like. Yeah, it's 100% a lot better than what I've heard before.
Yeah, and then we have a part 2 for this question. Is there anything you think they should focus on?
In the future.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because I know they're focusing right now on gameplay changes and content update for the next wipe. So, if anything, I just wish it was. I wish it just came out faster. If anything, like if they focus, they focus on bugs, they focus on content, and it takes time. So I get it, but I'm an impatient. Apologies for the cussing, but I'm impatient. And yes, brother, I get very impatient, really fast, really quick, with updates, and especially with games that is live service. So if I don't get an update every week in some form or manner, it kind of ticks me off the wrong way. Like, okay, I'm waited a week, so what's happening now? Even like a small update. Like, I would prefer. To me, I like seeing small updates of like, let's say for example, Veil VR. Veil VR pushes out updates maybe every like month or so, like big updates, but they do the small updates like they do with the hot fixes. But they're not like content updates for Tabor. It's more like, okay, we're fixing, which I appreciate, but it doesn't pique my intrigue because I wish they really focus on the economy because that's a hot fix you can do.
Yeah.
That's an easy fix in my opinion.
Yeah,
To
and
change
another
the
thing
numbers.
about like pushing out updates and stuff, like it's really hard for them right now because like their team is basically split into 3 groups right now, right? Like working on all those
Why?
different
Well,
games.
Oh, all the
What-
different things. I thought there was like some drama or something.
No,
Well, the drama I can get into later, but
I do want to know that.
What-
Yeah.
what you're talking about is not split into 3 groups, but instead it's one solo dev who has the backing of CWS, and then those other devs are working split on Silent North and Ghost of Tabor. Grim is a passion project, I think by Spoon, I think it was by Spoon or someone else. I know it's one of the devs that focuses on developing Grim by themselves. They just have extra hands just in case. Like, hey, can you come over here real quick and help me kind of like get this going? And they're like, yeah, we can help out. That's how I see it. That's what I see when I look on Grim's page. I see there's like staff members. There's Spoonfed, Soul, Scott. I think it's Spoon who has that. I think Spoon's the one who's focusing on.
He's the lead developer.
That's what I recall. I could be wrong, but I know it's one of the developers. And then everyone else is working on Silent North and Grim, or Silent North and Ghost of Tabor. And in my opinion, I would even be focusing on making other games right now until you get a solid foundation for your first game.
It's almost like some YouTube channels need weekly updates to keep their YouTube channel running. Scott, you prick.
No, but they do post like kind of consistently, I guess.
They post content,
let me look at
but
the
it's
last
like
patch notes, which
like
were
memes.
in fact posted on the 4th of last month. And guess what they fixed? 90 FPS and improved networking.
Oh, here's a little hot take.
Whole episode right there. Yeah. Okay. What were you saying? Sorry, I hate Scott.
No, I understand, but
Go ahead.
I can't say shit about him because I don't know him personally. But what I do know is that this is a hot take. I hate when he posts up, hey, we're gonna post up this soon, TM. And it's been 8 months since there's the fucking leaning mechanic. Where's the lean mechanic? We've been waiting for that for 8 months when you announced it, Scott.
Yeah.
I don't. So if I was to critique him on anything, it's the idea of teasing someone and then teasing them for 8 months straight of, hey, we have this feature almost ready to go soonish, but that soonish is going to be a year and a half later. So instead of that, I would suggest to him, if I was to do anything, is if there's a feature that's going to be coming out within the next week or week and a half, then post it up. Don't go out of your way to post it up and then all of a sudden have it wait 8 months in the oven. It's going to be overbaked.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, personally.
Yeah.
Well, guys, sorry to cut it off here, but that's all for this episode. Originally, our final cut was like an hour long, so we had to cut it into 2 separate parts. Yeah, if you want to see part 2, that's going to drop next week on Tuesday, same time as all of our episodes, which you guys should know by now, because it's literally our name. But, yeah, stay tuned for that, and remember to trust no one.